Alright, hi everyone, Joey V from GeekWatch here. Welcome back to the Darksiders II Full Play. This is episode 22. When I'm picking this gameplay up, this is my first time playing Darksiders 2 in about 3 months. So I'm trying to... the last episode was filmed in September, this one's filmed in December, so I'm trying to get my bearings again when I first boot up this game. There's definitely some growing pains in here. There's definitely some misclicks as I forget what does what. And, you know, there's definitely a time in here where I forget how to bring up the radio wheel to pick up all my skills and stuff. So it's a little hard going, but I get through it. I definitely get through it. So I hope everyone had a very, those who celebrate, hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and had fun with their families, and maybe you get some new video games and such. It was, I've been doing this, this kind of, post-mortem commentary has been interesting. I have to be a lot more on, I guess. There's always times when I have to be talking, doing these postmortems, and I'm watching the commentary I'm watching the video as I do this, and chime in here and then when I can. But you really have to come in with a definitive topic that you want to talk about. So the first day I was talking about new content for the site. Second day I'm talking about my disappointments with Darksiders 2. Today I really want to talk about kind of what the future is for Darksiders 2, but more specifically what the future is for publisher THQ. THQ, as I made reference to before, Darksiders 2 was really hoped to be a huge game for them. They really wanted it to be a giant game that would get the company financially straight. Unfortunately, it didn't do that because of underperformances and everything else. So, what caused this? Obviously, it wasn't Darksiders. Obviously, the publisher didn't go under just because Darksiders 2 wasn't that good of a game. There was a couple things. Most notably is that THQ designed this drawing tablet. It was called UDraw, and it was something that they designed for the Wii, and it was moderately successful on the Wii. And basically, it was a tablet that had a stylus, and you could draw pictures on your console, and then save them and upload them and stuff like that. And it was a good it was a good kid's toy, essentially. So it was moderately successful on the Wii, so they decided, okay, well, we're going to put this out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and we're going to push hard for it, and we're going to make I don't know if it was definitely 1 million units. I don't know if it was a couple million units, but they made a lot of these tablets. And unsurprisingly, they didn't sell well, and they sold so poorly that it's not cheap to make a tablet, no matter what the function. So THQ lost a lot of money doing that, and it pretty much is fully responsible for putting that company under. Despite strong performances by one of last year's Game of the Year, Saints Row the Third. Saints Row the Third performed very well. That wouldn't be enough to save it. THQ had some really rough goes with, they published the Space Marine game that didn't sell very particularly well. They've had some rough goes with the WWE license as of late, underperforming sales. So, yeah, by the time Darksiders 2 rolled out, between games that had underperformed and especially the UDraw, it was not good. it was definitely a thing where THQ was in trouble, and as of I want to say last week, they announced that they would be filing bankruptcy, and they're trying to. They will be selling off individual intellectual property over the next couple months and years, and I guess the idea is that they can sell off some of their intellectual property, keep the company afloat, and then they will be able to get better financially in the future. During this time, all the studios that work under THQ, they are all they're continuing to work. So, like for example, Volition is still working on Saints Row 4. Whatever Vigil, the makers of Darksiders, are, whatever they're working on, they're still working. They're definitely still going. But it's the question of what IP is going to get sold. THQ has some interesting things that people would find appeasing. They definitely have access to the Warhammer license. So, Relic was making those games. Some of the games that they made were like Dawn of War 2, all the Dawn of War expansions. Like, those were really fun games. I had a lot of fun with those. So those are coming. Those are coming up. In addition to that, there is the WWE license, and every year they come up with a new WWE game. There is Metro 2033. It's kind of that futuristic, apocalyptic game. That franchise is coming up with a new game. THQ is also in charge of the South Park game, the Stick of Truth. That's supposed to be coming out. There's some good stuff. I think Company of Heroes and all that. There are some good games that are coming. So, which ones would get sold off? I mean, and I think there could be some what I had heard, that there's a rumor that Ubisoft is going to try and buy all of it, but they're going to try and low bid it because they don't want to spend a lot for a company that's failing. So, would that be interesting? Like, you start to think about it, it's like, what if the company that gives us Assassin's Creed and Far Cry picks up Saints Row? Like, how crazy would that be? Like imagine mixing some of the Assassin's tech or some of the Far Cry tech with Saints Row. That would be unbelievable. Imagine if some of the really personal Metro 2033 stuff was put into Far Cry or vice versa. There could be some really interesting stuff. The thing that I'm most concerned about, and the thing that I really hope takes place, is that I hope that the South Park game finds a good home. The South Park game has such potential to be really fun RPG, and I really hope it finds a good home. A similar thing happened way back when. I forget who originally had control of it, but Brutal Legend didn't have a publisher for a really long time, and then eventually Electronic Arts picked it up. And Brutal Legend wasn't a commercial success, but I feel like it was an important game to pick up. So it's I don't know. It's definitely a really interesting time, and obviously someone could pick up Darksiders, and I think they should. I feel like if someone was able to, I don't usually say this, but usually it's like, okay, well, I want a publisher that is hands off with developers, and let them make the game that they want. In terms of Darksiders, I want someone to get into that studio and not crack the whip or something, but someone, but a publisher that will be able to help them kind of stay focused and make a really tight game, because like I said, as disappointed as I felt Darksiders 2 is, there's still a lot of potential for future Darksiders games. There is a rich world out there that that could be done, and you still have 2 more Horsemen to go. You could either make 2 more games, but I don't know if that would ultimately work. By all accounts, they've used the 2 most interesting Horsemen, War and Death. Like, what happens? Like, do you make 2 more Darksiders games, and each Horseman is more interesting than the next. It's like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe, like I said, maybe you make a 4-player co-op game. Maybe you make a brawler. I don't know. But yeah, there should be, or you make an interweaving story. Where it's like Death is doing this and War is doing that and this, that, and the other thing, like I had mentioned last episode. And here's me. This is just byproduct of me not remembering where I've been. 3 months down the line. So yeah, there's definitely some screw ups in this part of the playthrough, just because it's been so long. But the good thing is there is a boss fight that will be filmed for the Thursday episode, so you get to look forward to that. So, but yeah, so the THQ thing is really weird and interesting, and obviously I hope that the developers that work at these companies get to keep working. It's a tough industry, the game industry, so I'd always want them to continue to work. Like, that's most important to me. I don't want people to lose their jobs because some frick. And what's really would be terrible is like, oh yeah, I want, just because THQ made the decision that, let's try a draw tablet on consoles, which seems so stupid now the more you listen to it. But it's like, I don't want game companies to have to lose their jobs because some fucking publisher thought that was a good idea. That is not a good idea. Absolutely not. So, look at me. This is such rust. Such a rough time with this. My over-reliance on God show once again. So, but yeah, I really hope that everything turns out okay. That's really what I'm hoping for. So, but yeah, so getting into the game here, it seems like I've semi-made some progress. Obviously, we're building a bunch of big guys to it's always good. These levels are very, very big. And kind of the downside of doing these in different realms is that kind of like the cool thing about doing the temple system from Darksiders was that each temple had their own unique look. That was really good. This, it's like you've got temples within these worlds, so it's like I'm in this world of the dead, so all the temples look exactly the same. So, I've been in 3 or 4 of these temples, dungeons that look very similar to this. It gets kind of boring to look at after a while. Whereas, it's like, ooh, this dungeon, it's a totally different design than this dungeon, and then this, and then this, It's a little off-putting. So, and same thing when I was in the first world with the Makers. And, it's tough because I feel like I've been ragging on Darksiders 2 for the past week, and, I have, but there's definitely still some things I love about this game. I love the combat, I love the music, I love the, like I said, I really do like the loot system. I personally had a really good time with it. I thought it added something. I love loot games. I love games like Diablo and Torchlight, Borderlands, and I love getting into checking and comparing the stats and this and the other thing. I really love doing that. So to me, this is, I'm like the demographic for that. So, and the skills. The skills were really, really interesting. I really liked that they expanded upon the skills. It kind of gave you these like different play styles. Granted, it was mostly just like, do you want to play like very magey? Do you want to play very melee heavy? But even such a simple decision like that, I really enjoyed. So pretty much the combat was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed the combat. So I always had a good time keep the game up even after 3 months. I was like, yeah, I really liked the frenetic pace. I really liked, having to dodge, having to move, having to do that kind of stuff. That I really enjoyed, and I still do. I wish that that I could get. See, right now I'm in a spot where I have really good armor and weapons, so I'm just trying to like upgrade them. So, and it's getting more and more difficult to upgrade them, and I'm getting a lot of stuff that is just not good right now. So, but other than that, it's been a lot of fun. Doing that kind of stuff. But anytime story beats come up, I just roll my eyes. But that's okay, because I'm having fun. Taking the time off really, I think that was a good thing. Taking the time from the game, and it'll be good to finish it. I'm looking forward to finishing the game and kind of closing this chapter and seeing if the payoff at the end is worth it. But I'm also glad that I'm doing the new format of Foreplay where I switch up every week. So I think I'm going to be doing Far Cry next week. Starting a new game with that. I haven't finished Far Cry 3 yet, but I kind of have like a main game, and I'll be starting up a secondary game. And the cool thing is I'll be trying to do different things. I'll be trying to like a different play style. I think that'll be fun to do like a little different play style in that. So, and this is my least favorite part of this level, of this year. If you guys were this portion right here made me sad that I wasn't doing live commentary, because I was so furious at this. You guessed it. It is a part where there's a platformer section where the ground keeps moving up, and you gotta be quick. And if you make one wrong move, you die, and you gotta try again. And I thought I was doing really well, but I died right there. I was ever so slightly slow on one of the transitions. And that is bullcrap. And then I have to sit through this cinematic every time. And this is me trying to to skip it, and I can't. Oh man, excuse me. It's ridiculous, this section. But what are you gonna do? So I did this for a couple times. I make a couple bonehead mistakes. I jump. There it is. I jump it up instead of going, because I didn't like distinctly say, I'm holding left on the stick, but it kind of registered as up for whatever reason. So there's a couple times like this. I do get through it, but that's why the name of this episode is I hate I hate floors that chase me, or something along those lines. It's just stuff like this is just really annoying. I don't know, just something about this rubbed me the wrong way. But as I've already stated, I'm in like a bad spot with Darksiders 2, so I feel like it's just it's pissing me off at every chance it gets. So when I got to this point, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I haven't played in 3 months, and this is what you throw at me? Like, you're not making a very good case for yourself, game. But yeah. And like I said, it was really weird to come back to this game after 3 months because like I said, the level design is so similar that like I just couldn't find my way around as easily. Oh, excuse me, I'm very sorry. I'm recording this early morning on Christmas, and I think my coffee is starting to wear off, so that's okay. But yeah, so I think this is the way through. Yeah, this is definitely that run. That's the thing, I like the camera angle. I think that it looks cool. And it's, I don't know, I guess it's kind of fun. It's fun when you pull it off, but I feel like like they know people are going to die on it like a couple times, that it, you know, it could get frustrating. Not enough for someone to put the game down, but definitely frustrating enough to piss you off. So a little rusty in combat at this point, so I definitely don't play crisp. Pretty much all good. I should hopefully play a little bit better in the coming weeks. So, and you know what? I'd start off this episode talking about how it's a little weird doing the post-mortem commentary, and it's a little off-putting, but again, it's one of those things that we learn by doing it. I learned that doing the live commentary for Dark Souls was fun. Doing the live commentary for Darksiders was not, because to me it's not entertaining to see me, like, it's entertaining to watch me be really bad at a puzzle and kind of derp at it, but to like hear me get frustrated I don't think that's fun. I don't think that is entertaining. I don't like doing it, and I feel like it's a waste. It's a waste of time. So, but as a token, some games benefit from doing live commentary to get that initial reaction. I think there will definitely be games in Far Cry 3. Definitely I'm going to try and do live commentary on that and see how it goes. Just because the cool thing about Far Cry 3 is that there's so much to do in that game. There's so many places to go, and stuff just, like, you'll be playing Far Cry 3 and you'll be in the middle of doing a mission and a tiger will jump out and start like trying to kill you. Like, that reaction is priceless. It's amazing, and that's totally worth it. Same thing with like XCOM. The reaction that you get when a squad member dies, or when when the panic level in a country gets too high, like, that stuff's priceless. It's amazing. So I'll probably be doing that commentary for that. Probably feel like hell yeah. Or other games I need to promote them because it's just kind of easy. So, but again, leave in the comments like what you prefer. I feel like I'm a little bit more focused when I'm doing post-mortem, because again, I have to feel airtime. Whereas when I was playing my commentary, there was just times where I was quiet because I was concentrating, or I didn't know where I was going. So it's like, ugh. So, but yeah. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good to switch them up a little bit, and I'm excited to be doing different games because again, like, it's so much easier to record now because I just have my computer hooked up to the capture card and that's it, and I just record and I just let it go. Whereas, like, if I'm doing live commentary, it's like okay, I gotta make sure that I'm in a seat where the microphone's close to me. I gotta make sure that this is hooked up to the TV and this and that. And like my living room was a rat's nest of wires after a while. So now that I have my own space and I'll be recording in my own room, it'll be a lot easier to do live commentary. But it's also way easier to just I'm recording gameplay. I don't have to. When I'm recording Darksiders now, I don't need like perfect silence. I can just play the game. And just go with it. Because before you need perfect silence of like, okay, I need to record this commentary while I'm doing this game, and I've got my headphones on, I can't hear anything, and like, whereas doing post-mortem, it's like, yeah, I still have to do all that, but I can just be like, hey, Katie, I'm gonna go in my room for a little bit, so I'll see you later. And also I'm not stealing the TV when I'm doing this. I'm just kind of off in my own room, and I can do whatever, and people can use the TV, and it's kind of nice. So doing the postmortem is fun. I really kind of enjoy it, and also like the gameplay is pretty self-explanatory. Like I'm killing dudes, I'm exploring this dungeon. You get it. During a boss fight, I'll tell you what it was like to fight the boss and all that, and yeah, you'll get it. You guys are smart guys. You don't need my live reactions for this, but there will be games that come up for that. I'm also thinking about playing some fighting games, trying to get back into that scene, and trying to practice a little bit. So I may be doing that, and that I haven't decided whether that will be live commentary or post-mortem commentary. I've seen both done, and both done very well. But I'll have to see how that goes. The other thing is I'm really not super great at fighting games, so it'll be interesting. So I remember I was totally fine going through this level, and then I get to a really odd spot, and that's I think where this episode ends. And I remember being really stumped on it, but I also I remember being really stumped on it, and I think I finished that puzzle during the next episode, and looking back at this old footage, I realized that if I had been playing this within the same kind of time period, I wouldn't have gotten as confused. Definitely not. But what are you gonna do? You go with the hand that you're dealt. So, you solved a puzzle. I'm gonna go do this thing. Well, but then I noticed that I can get a treasure if I go over there. And man, trust me, that treasure will not be worth it. But yeah, it'll be good to get through this. And like I said, I'm super excited to be playing different games during all of this, and getting you guys feedback on what you like and what you don't. And I think I don't know. Like I said, I got really lucky the first time around when my full play was Dark Souls, because it was just perfect. It was like the perfect mix of the schedule, and I really enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed the difficulty and everything, and yeah, so it'll be a little bit different, and you live and you learn. You never know what will happen until you try it, and best thing to do is adjust. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna adjust, and I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. Gonna move this thing. That doesn't help me. So, alright, looks like we're 30 minutes in of a 43-minute video. And then, yeah. God, their loading is just so... I hate blatant loading. Either, like, give me a loading screen or load in the background. But, I don't know. Whatever. But I do like fighting the scarabs. So, pretty cool. This is when I started to get back into the... I started to feel it. I was like, oh yeah, this is how this goes. I'd be interested in seeing like kind of like the cool mage gameplay. I haven't really seen any videos like that, but I'd be interested in to see it. Like, it seems like it'd be pretty cool. And what's also funny is that watching this post-mortem it's actually a lot easier to focus in on the action when I'm actually in it. I don't even know what's happening on the screen. I'm like, what's this cinematic? Like, what's happening? Like, it goes all so fast because I'm like worried about the next thing. But like, just watching this back, it's kind of cool to see some of the animations. Like I said, the combat is definitely not the issue with this game. The combat is amazing in this game. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. But scarab design is so cool. Like, I'm big into Egyptian mythology and stuff like that, so scarabs show up a lot. I just think scarabs are really cool looking. So, yeah, this is super awesome. So if you guys hear anything in the background, like I said, it is Christmas Day, so there are people in my house. My father-in-law is bopping around, so just trying to get some recordings in so I can start encoding. Because that's the one thing about postmortem that is semi-annoying, is that you essentially have to do all this twice. You record it once, and even though while you're recording it, like during, like, you're recording it at your leisure, which is nice, but at the same time you still have to watch the gameplay all over again, and then comment on it. So you're doing your job twice, whereas if you record and do live commentary, you're doing your job once. But like I said, it's an annoyance in certain cases. So it's a give and a take, like anything else. But what you gonna do? But I've been having a lot of fun going back to this. Mostly because the issue that I had was anytime I wanted to play Darksiders, I had to do the entire setup. It wasn't like I could just record the gameplay and just, like, I couldn't just play it for 10 hours straight. I could only play in these certain, like, chunks because I had to get everything out of the game room. I had to hook it up to the TV. I had to do this. I had to do that. It was a big process, and I think that really hindered me. Whereas, and that was mostly because it's in the house, and we try and keep the house relatively clean. In the apartment, it was an apartment. There was only so many spots all that stuff could go. So after a while, I'd kind of just have it there, and I just wouldn't care. And also, I had a lot more free time when I was doing the Dark Souls full play. I had less time when I was starting this one because of the marathon coming up, and there was birthdays, and there was Halloween, and there was this, and there was that. There was just stuff that was taking up time. So it was it was what it was. So yeah, but now that I've, we love doing the charity stuff, but we decided to really take it slow and do less of it, or do it on our own terms. And really opened up our free time a lot, which is that's really what you want. You want it to be fun to do all this stuff, but you also gotta keep your free time going. That's important. It is important because again, it's if it was the job. If the job was to do this all the time, you do it all the time because that's your job and you get used to it and it's totally fine. But considering that it's not my job, it's something I do as a hobby, you have to keep it fun. And I think I'm very excited about the prospects and where they're going. It's actually kind of cool shadow work on the wall when I was running up. That was actually kind of cool. And again, I'm really enjoying this because I'm picking up on new things that I had missed out on the first time around. I think I was looking something up here, or I was checking to see how much time had passed in the playthrough on the recording to get a gauge about how much longer I could go on, at least for this first part. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm having a lot more fun this time around, I feel. And I feel like I'm in a better spot. So, while I may not love this game, I feel like I'll be able to finish it. And I want to, I enjoyed the first game so much that I feel like I should finish it. No, not up. Over. Man, the music is so good in this. Like, if you hear it, it's got that really cool synth sound. It sounds like something out of John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, there's a pressure plate. I probably have to do my thing. Shink. And this is where I begin to totally not be able to figure out what to do. So I apologize. I figured out the puzzle for next episode, but I'm definitely not going to figure it out for this one. So, you're going to have to deal. But you get to watch me derp for a really long time, which is good. And some of you may be able to immediately figure out how to get through it, but I just am not able to figure it out. And it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah. So yeah. Once again, guys, thanks for watching these. Spread the word about them. And again, if there's any specific topics that you want me to talk about, just let me know. I usually record these. Record a ton of footage ahead, and then I usually do commentary. I try and do two to three episodes at the same time. So if you post a comment on a page and go, hey, and then the next episode I don't get to it, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean that I am not reading it. I am totally reading it, but I'll get to it when I get to it. That's the I try and do these all in a go when I have some free time, rather than, again, it's not my job. So if it was my job, I would do it every day and I would react every day to what is coming in, but can't do that. I can't do that like that. So I have to do it a little bit smarter and a little bit less time consuming. So that's what happens with it. So, and here's me derping.
Merry Christmas, dark, so Merry Christmas, you. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, sorry. do something.
I was, but I'm almost done. I've got only 3 minutes. So, is there something that you would like to say to the peoples?
Oh.
Would you like
Merry
to
Christmas.
Would you like to come over here? Hi everyone. My wife is now in the room.
Oh, hi guys, it's Christmas.
FYI.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
When you're listening to this, it will not be Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm gonna let you finish this thing up. I'm leaving.
I don't know how to end an episode better than that. That's a pretty good way to end it. So again, here's me derping, trying to do this puzzle, doing it all wrong, because I just don't get it, because I've been out of this game for X amount of months. So if I was in it, I would have totally gotten it, but I don't get it. So what are you gonna do, right? But it's okay. I do figure it out for next time. I won't tell you how I do it just yet, but I'm sure you guys probably know how I should be doing it. But you know, whatever. This is the age of this is me going, oh man, I really should have played this all back to back. I think I glitched the game out here real quick. Oh yeah, there it is. Man, I really go for a while here. It's okay. According to my thing, I've only got 1 minute and 54 seconds left. Only 1 more minute of torture. Watch me struggle to do any of this. Oh, Darksiders. The bad emotions that you bring out of me. In the way that I'm glitching your game right now. Alright guys, I think that is where I'm roughly gonna end it up. I think I had initially decided to stop this this recording so that I could try and figure out what I had to do. I think I did a FAQ on it, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go check out geekwatch.com. It's literally geekwatch.com or g33kwatch.com, whichever you prefer. And yeah, keep coming to the site. You can get your updates there. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll be notified in your feed that whenever we upload a new video. I would obviously, since it's my site, please, I would suggest following both, so you can get all updates from our brand of shenanigans. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with our final day of Darksiders 2 full play for this week. Alright guys, bye. Alright guys, bye. Alright guys, bye. Alright guys, bye. Alright guys, bye.